While the open square is a constant of colonial New Orleans, it was known as Plaza de Armas, Place d'Armes, and the Parade Ground before becoming Jackson Square in 1851. Andrew Jackson rears over the gardens in his permanent equestrian pose. This area was dedicated to the city's hero of the Battle of New Orleans, ignoring his dishonorable role in the Trail of Tears by the Baroness Pontalba in the mid-1800s. During this time, the cathedral underwent a major renovation into the church we know today. The red brick Pontalba buildings were built on either side of the public square, and the lacy ironwork the French Quarter is now known for took over the design of the neighborhood. Jackson tips his hat toward the upper Pontalba. I'll tell you a secret. My mom, a native of this town, told me that he was tipping his hat because the lady whose services he preferred for comfort, i.e. his favorite sex worker, lived in that direction. This seems to be an offshoot of the myth often told by tour guides about the Baroness Pontalba and her secret love affair with Jackson that led to the permanent pose, which has seemingly evolved into a tale about the Baroness's questionable mixed race and a desire for a permanent out of respect when it wasn't socially allowed. The Baroness's life is riddled with interesting tales without the embellishments, as her marriage was not a happy one, her murder was attempted, and she is considered by some to be the first woman architect in the United States because of her contribution of the Pontalba apartment buildings. It is said she rejected all plans and ultimately designed the buildings herself, albeit without credit. She was also the patron responsible for adding this monument to New Orleans, and her father, Don Almonaster, is the patron responsible for the cathedral building you see behind it. Clark Mills is the sculptor, and his Jackson was the first American equestrian statue. Hoof position in equestrian monuments is sometimes considered standard, but rearing with both hooves off the ground usually means that the rider died in battle. Jackson died of yellow fever before the statue was complete. Luckily, Clark Mills, the sculptor of this statue, provided an explanation at the statue's dedication on February 9, 1856. He is quoted in the Times-Picayune. General Jackson is here as he appeared on the 8th of January 41 years ago. He has advanced to the center of the line in the act of review, the lines having come to present arms as a salute to their commander, who is acknowledging it by raising his chapeau, according to the military etiquette of the day. His restive horse, anticipating the next move, attempts to dash down the line. The bridle hand of the dauntless hero being turned under shows that he is restraining the horse, whose open mouth and curved neck indicate that he is feeling the bit. I have thought this explanation necessary, as there are many critics who profess to not understand the conception of the artist.